Good morning. Good morning. It is 10 o'clock on the dot, and welcome back to Rapid Fire Friday. And I'm going to really do my best to keep it within 10 minutes today because I'm very eager to go pick up my grandpup this morning. So welcome to those new members within the community. I'm so glad that you're here, and thank you so much for all of the founding members in the group. Really glad that you are here, and I'm really just loving the engagement that we're having in the community. So welcome everyone. And if this is your first Rapid Fire Friday, very quickly, let me just tell you what this is all about. What I do is I look at the past week and I pick out 5 questions, suggestions, wonderments, or scenarios that I find kind of interesting, or maybe I've been involved in a conversation, and I bring them here to you. Some of them are about techniques, some of them are about business, some of them are about maybe interactions with clients. And so it's really fun. So it is rapid fire format. So I'm going to read the question. I'm going to answer or give my thoughts, opinions, suggestions. Take it for what it is. It's not, everybody has their own opinion, but I just find it kind of fun and interesting. So I do look forward to these. And for those of you that don't know me, that are new to the community, my name is Annette Conrad, and I'm the owner and lead creative for Edible Impressions. And we're located just north of downtown Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I always say we have a small space, but a nationwide reach. So a big production. And I just want to always give a shout out to my team. I do not do this alone, but for many years I did. So if you are a hobbyist, maybe you're decorating cookies for family and friends, and you're pondering taking that hobby and transforming it into a business, I am here to show you, to be proof of that it is very possible for you to take your passion and transform that into either a side gig for you to create a little bit of extra cash flow, or if you're looking to transform it into a nationwide profitable business, I'm here to help you. So truly, I created this community to share my love and passion, honestly. So, all right, but I'm not going to go on and on about that. I'm going to ring the bell after each question. And if I don't get to your questions, I actually don't take questions during this, but if I see any posted in the feed, I will definitely post-event answer them for you, or at least give you my thoughts on that. Okay, so question number 1. This gal just closed a cookie order for an individual personalized place settings for a wedding for the guests. Her inspiration picture was below. She normally heat seals and flip the extra plastic over and put an ingredient label on, but she's looking for advice or tips to make it look a little nicer. So I found this question very interesting because the picture of the cookies were beautiful. I mean, the cookies were gorgeous, and they were all done. They were ready to go. But at this point, she's asking about how to package them. And so the first thing that came to my mind is, why did it come to the point of packaging and not really knowing what her customer was expecting, especially for a wedding? I have to say that weddings are emotional. They could be, the wide range of emotions that go on with weddings. And so when it comes to weddings, particularly when you are decorating cookies, super, super important. I mean, really go above and beyond to understand the vision and the expectation of that bride or whoever is ordering those cookies. Because like I said, it's kind of an emotional time, and you just want to make sure that when it comes to the wedding day that there's not a question. And here's the thing, you don't want to be, in a sense, reaching out to that bride close to the event date, and it must be really close to the event date if the cookies are done, and asking about packaging. So that would be very nervous. That would make me very nervous as a bride. So number 1 thought that came to my mind was, wait a minute, why are you asking about that now? But I don't have all the variables. I do not know all the circumstances, so take that with a grain of salt. But then the other thing is, I just want to make mention, the last live that I did was all about confirmation agreements, which included getting the vision and specifications for each and every order in writing so that that customer knows what to expect, and then you're not questioning it and maybe a little uncertain or guessing. But bottom line is, she wanted some suggestions on the presentation. A few people chimed in. One I thought was kind of interesting. One said, I would not put an ingredient label on the cookies in any shape, form, or fashion because she thought it looked tacky. So I'm using her words, tacky. I beg to disagree. For a wedding, this is a lost opportunity. I've done many, many weddings over the years. I've always put an ingredient label. You can make it very small, not where it's going to disrupt or ruin the presentation, Put your contact information, of course, with the ingredients, because that would be a lost opportunity. That is free marketing. If I had $1 for every time someone said, I went to a wedding or a bridal shower or a baby shower or whatever the event is, I saved the packaging because I wanted to remember how to reach you when I needed cookies. So like I said, I think it's a great marketing opportunity. But again, work that out with the bride ahead of time. And of course, it depends on the packaging and how those cookies are going to be presented, which will determine how that ingredient label will be on that package. All right. See, I told you I wasn't going to go long today, but I just can't resist. There's so many things I want to talk about. Okay. So here's another one. Next question. This one was really quite heated. And I say heated because there were a lot of comments. I mean, I keep kind of circling back to see what additional comments and questions people had or comments about it. But this gal posted some pictures, and it was a screenshot from Etsy from another cookie decorator. And the question was, what do I do when someone local, so close by her, is stealing other cookie photos and taking orders from it? Her actual work is the last photo. So just to kind of give you the scenario, there was almost like a pick stitch, and there were, I think, 5 or 6 cookie sets. One was a cookie decorating kit, and then there were a couple themed decorated cookie orders. And then on the bottom, there was a platter. She suspects that those were hers. But here's the thing. They were not hers. She was basically marketing somebody else's photos and selling them. And so I find that a little disturbing, honestly, even though there are lots of designs out there that people copy and they mirror. So you do see a lot of redos, if you will. But to literally take someone else's pictures off of their website or social media and then posting them on yours and then saying, yeah, I can make those. I think that's just crossing a little bit of a line there. So I don't know, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way too. But here's the thing. I actually had this happen to me very, very quickly. I did a virtual experience for an experiential company. I'm not going to name the company. And it was amazing. We were really excited. We were going to collaborate. I was going to be on their website as their go-to for cookie decorating kits. And they had all their event coordinators come on with me. So it was basically a virtual demonstration. We went through the whole thing, only to find that after, I never got any work from them. They never followed up with me. And a couple months later, I was on their newsletter. I received an announcement that they were doing cookie decorating kits, that they were going to be doing virtual experiences. So I was like flabbergasted, not only because they completely mirrored my cookie kits, they took language off of my website. So I was like, what? And this actually came from a friend, a referral. So I was a little perturbed, but you know what? I let it go. I was actually flattered. It was a compliment. And honestly, I didn't have time. So, but here's the thing. In the end, I went back because I was just curious, like, how are they doing? I wonder how they're doing and how many people are really going for it. Never saw anything on social media about how it was going. And in the end, they actually pulled it off their website. So, you know what? Don't be bothered. There's no way that you can catch what everybody's doing. But yeah, do I think it was a little bit off-putting that she took pictures, put them on her site to sell them? Yeah, I don't think you should do that. Take the time, make your own, and then post them. So that one, again, was a little bit, talk about emotional. We're talking about weddings and it's a little emotional day today. So, okay, so here's another one. I guess there's a lot of emotion today. This one was interesting. She had someone come pick up her cookies today. She messaged her later stating that the cookies tasted good and are beautiful, but the icing has a wet dog smell to them. I don't have any pets and I make sure to clean all surfaces and such. Does anyone know what this was caused from? I use Jeannie's Dream Powder and Watkins Clear Vanilla Extract. I made them with fresh icing. So here's the thing. In all of my years, and maybe this is a thing, apparently somebody called me out and said, yes, it is a thing. Go Google it. And I was like, okay, my comment and my response was not in any way to be offensive. I was just genuinely saying in my 17 years, I had never seen someone complain about the cookies smelling like wet dog. And here's the thing. That is not a good thing, okay? I don't know if some people are sensitive to smells, and that could very well be. Maybe it was an isolated case. Maybe that one person out of the batch that you made complained. But the bottom line is you have a client that complained, and a not very nice complaint. I mean, there's not that there's ever a nice complaint, but that would be very alarming to me. So regardless if maybe it's just this one person, this person was not satisfied, was not 100% satisfied. And what I worry about is that person telling other people of that experience. So, you're the expert, you're the business owner. You've got to just swallow that pride and just say, you know what? Oh my gosh, be shocked by it. Don't get defensive and just, and I don't necessarily want to say you have to apologize. You don't have to apologize, but you can at least acknowledge, let them know that you'll look into it. But I would take care of that person. Without a hesitation, I would reimburse that order. And I know people did not agree with me. They did not agree with me, which is fine. But I have in my business 100% guarantee satisfaction. If there's an issue, and I hope I'm not opening the door to people complaining, but it has to be within reason. But I think that that's just something I stand by because I'm that confident in the product that I'm offering that I am not worried about saying 100% satisfaction. And I recently had a situation happen where I reimbursed someone 100%. Even though I got the cookies to them in hand, I actually delivered the cookies, I gave them extra cookies, but because they weren't ready at the specific time that I told her they would be, I felt the need to go above and beyond to rectify the situation. And after it was all said and done, this gal wanted me to charge her again. So after I refunded her, took care of her, it was just kind of funny how I completely turned that around. And no, I did not, recharge her for it. Again, I told her I stand by my product, I stand by my timeliness, and I was not going to let that. And now she's sent 3 people, she's referred 3 people to me. So it's amazing but like I said, I'm getting off track here. But again, if someone complains about the wet dog smell, do something about it. And don't ignore that and don't assume that she's the only one. Maybe she's the only one that came forward and said something. So, so I think that's all I'm going to say about that because I could talk all day about that. Okay, so within the community, if you haven't been looking at the feed, there was a really good question about how do you pack up orders for pickups? And this is a really good question. And, for pickups, it just depends on, again, I always try to put that customer front of mind. Yes, you could put them in boxes, you could put them in bags, you could put them on platters. But again, it comes down to your customer and the customer's expectations and needs. So I always ask, how are they going to be distributing the cookies at the event, if it is an event? Is it a gift? How are they presenting that gift? What is the really most appropriate for that packaging? So there wasn't just one straight answer because really for us, for our pickups, when we do have pickups, they come in all variety of packaging. So platter presentations, gift boxes, clear view top boxes, favor bags. We most often put our cookies in boxes to protect them. So don't use a lot of handle bags. We do for our cookie kits. So our cookie kits will go in a handle bag, a plastic frosted bag. But, trying to be sustainable, we try to avoid the bags. And also, when you have those platters, it's just a great way to showcase the cookies too. So when they take them, as they are walking around with them, people see them. So again, another opportunity. So it really does depend again on your customer's expectations. So it's good to offer a wide variety, but, but I think between favors, boxes, bags, you're probably pretty good with that. So, all right. And someone asked, there was a follow-up about pricing, about, boxes can be really pricey. And yes, boxes can be pricey, but again, it goes back to the planning process. When you determine what the packaging is going to be, when you have all the variables of that cookie order, incorporate the cost for the boxes. So essentially it shouldn't be costing you anything. And honestly, I do add a percentage on top of the cost of some of these supplies to account for shipping to get those boxes and also for the labor that goes into packaging them. So you always want to consider that when you are pricing out your cookies. And that's why starting price is really good, which is another topic for another day. So, okay. I'm getting there, almost done. Okay, so the last one has to do with the projector. So recently I had a Facebook Live about how to use a projector specifically for royal icing and lettering. So go ahead in the back in the archives and look for that. But this question was, does using a projector help with developing better freehand scripting skills over time, and does it help to speed up the production? Yes, this is a great question as well. I think the projector is a great investment. And it definitely does come in handy. I tend to use my projector when I have high volume, when I want to, yes, go fast, but more importantly, when I need to scale or when I want to center the lettering or for weddings. I'm going to bring up weddings again because you want them to be all very uniform. But honestly, by using the projector over years, I think my handwriting on cookies has improved, and you almost develop this muscle memory. So yes, I think it is a good investment. It's a great, I want to call it a crutch to have. So when you are not feeling all that creative, or there's a specific font that your client wants, it's very easy to use to trace. But I think you will find, I don't use my projector as often as I used to for writing because again, that muscle memory. So, yeah, really good questions this week. They really were, and I love the variety. So, but I welcome you and thank you for those that are watching live. Hello, Laura, Nancy. I appreciate you popping on. Hello to those that are watching the replay. Please type in replay so I know, that you're there and you're watching. I welcome you to go deeper on any of these conversations or topics. I will answer any questions or go deeper if I see any. Demonstrating Sugar Prism products. So watercolors and the acrylic edible paints. I've been talking about this off and on, and I was invited by the owner and creator of the product to do a demo. There's several of us throughout the day, starting at 11 a.m. Pacific time, throughout the day that will be demonstrating how to use this product. So I created an event, share it, pop on. There will be a replay, of course, but I think you're going to love this technique. It's super cool. I'm going to be decorating and painting pre-frosted royal iced flowers. So it's going to be really, really cool. So, and then next week's Wednesday, TBC. I'm not quite sure, but we'll be talking all things business related. So I thank you so much for everybody's time and interest. Feel free to DM me if you have any questions or if I could be of any assistance. And I hope everybody has a great weekend. Like I said, I'm off to grab my grandpup Maui, and we're going to take a long walk today. So it's beautiful outside. Thank you so much, everybody. And we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.